Thank you for coming. Roll call, Mr. Lundberg.
Cullum.
Yes.
Odie? Yeah. Humper's absent, Saxer absent, Schrader?
Yes.
All right, with that, I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented tonight.
So moved.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. No conflict of interest disclosure or waiver requests tonight, so that takes us to our approval of the minutes from our May 13th and May 28th regular meetings. If there are no questions, concerns on those, I would entertain a motion to approve those as presented, please.
So moved.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. All of those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much. All right, I don't believe there's any community input tonight. That takes us to the financial items, bills and claims. Mr. Lundberg.
Okay, any questions? Jump in, guys. On page 3, I had a couple noted on page 3, Teach Well Services. Majority of that's our quarterly payment for all of our services that we purchase from the co-op. In addition, there's just under $30,000, $28,880 of high impact program overages. We utilize more than what we had budgeted. So our quarterly payment's about $175,000, and the remaining was our overages. The bond payment on page 4 to First National Bank, Fred Assam High School Edition, that's all interest. I think that may be all I had. Page 9, I did have itemized or noted the Sioux Valley Energy 71,467. That'll pretty much be very, very close to $925,000 year to date when we get done with the fiscal year for electricity. Just under $1 million. Total bill $730,000. The advance payments breakdown follows out of $1,861. Pay vouchers this month of $78,884. We had more substitute teachers than you can shake a stick at. This is the month that we pay for unused personal days and unused sick days. Unused personal days, the teachers get paid $250 a day. Unused personal days for classified members is $150 a day for a full-time equivalent. That total was $73,437. The unused sick days was a total of $49,975. Food service bills totaled up to $85,000.
All right, any questions on bills and claims or child nutrition at all? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Paul.
Yep.
In that T12 solution area, is that typical of what our overages and all that, or is that?
We have been running over 30,000 or so each year, yeah. For the past 2 years. Sending more kids there.
So that $30,000 in overage for like the Teach Well program, the high impact program, would be the equivalent of what, about 5 or 6 kids additional, Paul, 5 or 6 additional slots.
Yep.
I would note that when we contract that with Teach Well in at this time of the year or whatnot, the rate in pay is not different if it's an overage as opposed to if it's a previously if we previously informed them of the number of slots that we want. So if you remember when we increased our staffing this last year, we added about, what, 25,000, Paul, to Teach Well? 25 or 30,000 on that front?
Yes.
Somewhere in that general vicinity. So we could, depending on what enrollment does in that program for next year, we'll be, we should be on track. Or if you see 4 kids move in from a specialized program from another community into your district and you have to educate them, it could be kids that you don't originally account for. So certainly it's something we want to be aware of and account for, but that's we don't want to be over, is what I'm trying to say, but it has happened. Any
other questions on the bills and claims tonight? If If not, I would entertain a motion to approve those as presented then.
So moved.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Financial report.
Okay, real.
Hearing no questions, I would entertain a motion to approve the financial report as presented tonight, please.
So moved.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That takes us to administration reports for the administrative center. Superintendent Larson.
Sure, very good. Thank you very much. Just a couple of things for you this evening. Want to continually remind the board and the public about the resolution that will be occurring in July. That's the resolution authorizing a bond election. We will then have a summer and fall bond campaign. I would anticipate that in the next couple of months we will establish and communicate the times, days, and locations of those community meetings that will be held regarding the bond. The election will be September 10th, and then pending a successful election, you will see us work through the construction planning process, with construction beginning in the spring of 2020, with a school opening in the fall of 2021. We anticipate having the formal budget hearing here in the middle of July at our annual meeting, and then also potential action. Want to just provide a quick update on the summer reading program, and also I'll speak to the summer lunch program a little bit in conjunction to that. Every Wednesday, 10:30 to noon, The library is open there at Brandon Elementary. At 10:45 a.m., we have a celebrity reader come in and read to our kiddos. I'd tell you this first week was our last week. There were about 50 kids there, give or take, to listen to the story. We had 35 kids check out books, and there were 80 total books checked out. If you're asking yourself, why don't we have all of the kids that attend the reading program check out a book, it's because only Brandon Valley students are able to check out a book. So if there's a 4-year-old that comes and they don't have a sibling that's in the Brandon Valley School District, they're not able to check out from our library. So that would be where some of those kiddos come from that aren't able to check out a book. I would note that here we will have other groups joining us, like our summer EL program, our English Learner program will join us for the reading program and utilize the books that they get for their programming in the school. Our goal is 200 students, no, 400 students to successfully complete and document their summer reading goal. Last year we had 200. So the goal is to double the number of kids that complete their summer reading goal, and look forward to our links engaging in some casual summer reading. Avoid that summer slide. With that being said, that runs in conjunction with the summer lunch program. The summer lunch program is 11 to 12:30. We've had excellent participation thus far, averaging about 400 students or 400 kids ages birth to 18 per day. I believe the high is 450 is what Director Anderson informed me of today. So again, summer lunch program, quality participation to this point. I want to know one other item on our CNS program, our CNS department. The National Association, which our director is currently the president of, has been dealing with a situation where the president-elect has resigned for this upcoming school year. So the individual that was going to become president here this July has resigned, leaving the National Association in a bit of a crunch regarding who should be their next president. The way their leadership structure is established and set up, the individual that would be coming on board as president-elect for the next year is not yet prepared and ready to take on the role of presidency. So the National Association reached out to myself, inquired as to whether or not we would allow Director Anderson to continue to serve in that role as president for the 1920 school year. I informed them that I would need to speak with our operations manager that directly supervises the nutrition services program. Director Henschel and I sat down, had a conversation, invited Director Anderson in to talk a little bit about the situation and the circumstances surrounding that, and ultimately ended up telling her that we supported that continued role. I would note that the National Association is extremely thankful of the Brandon Valley School District's support of their association and also of our support of Director Anderson in that role. We will receive the honorarium that the president receives to do that work and the time commitments associated with that. I would note that there have been no detrimental effects to our program having Director Anderson serve in that role as president. So we see it only as a positive and a great benefit to the Brandon Valley School District, and she will continue to serve as the national president of SNA for one additional year due to some circumstances surrounding a resignation of the current president-elect. So just wanted to make certain that the board was aware of that item. In addition to that, just wanted to provide a quick high-level overview of our special ed performance report. It was publicly released here in the end of May. It's all federally regulated. The feds ultimately determine targets that have to be hit or are established for not only the state of South Dakota, but also local schools. And you can find that online. The item that I wanted to note is I did reach out to Director Babb, because I think, anytime you see a red block that says that you didn't meet your goal in a certain area, which we had a few, just like everyone in the state of South Dakota had a few, I did reach out to him and I extended to him congratulations on 2 items, and that specifically deals with his proficiency rates for the special ed programming in the Brandon Valley School District. As you can see here, much higher than the state of South Dakota on average, 20 points higher in reading, where 38.55% of our students on IEPs are proficient or advanced in reading, in comparison to the state of South Dakota, where 18.83% are. And then also math, where we have 30.55% of our students that are on IEPs proficient or advanced in reading, in comparison to the state of South Dakota, where 17.78 are proficient or advanced. And those are just key data points for us as a school district to hit. Those proficiency rates, specifically in literacy and math, are so critical. So to see our students in our program exceeding the state average is certainly a benefit or a good thing, and something that I wanted to draw your attention to. But the full reports can be found online. In addition to that, joint conference, Associated School Boards and School Administrators of South Dakota is in August. Would certainly invite any board member that would like to attend to attend. If you are able to attend, contact us and we'll get you registered. Also, special reminder, our July Board of Education meeting is the 3rd Monday in July, July 15th at 6:30 p.m. That was previously changed. So with that, I would certainly entertain any questions you have at this time.
Thank you very much, Superintendent Larson. Mr. Lundberg, anything extra or additional tonight? Okay, thank you. High school, not here. Middle school, not here. Intermediate school, special services. Mrs. Palmer, anything from Valley? Okay. Ms. Nelson, anything? Mr. Henschel, anything? Okay. And Mr. Marceau, not here either. No board policy tonight, so that takes us on to general business, items number 1 through 8. I would entertain a motion to approve those as presented, please.
So moved.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Personnel, there are 2 items there for our approval. I would entertain a motion to approve those as presented, please.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. All of those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. One information only there. Building permits, I don't see any. Some Board of Education thank yous for your review. And that takes us to board reports and formal board reports. Does anyone have one that they would like to share tonight?
I wasn't there.
Madam Chair, I would just note the Safety Committee did meet. We received just an update, an overview on the year, and also probably the most important thing that we were able to do is have some introductions of our new police chief, Chief Weir, and then also we have a parent rep. Dr. Hoyne is our new parent rep that just attended her first meeting here this last month. So we received an overview on the year, and then also talked a little bit about some initiatives and some items that we want to work on for next year, some priorities that we have for next year. So it was mostly an introduction and an overview of the year. Overall, it went really well.
Thank you. Anyone else? Any board committee meetings? Kind of quiet right now, so. All right, with that, doesn't look like there are any travel reports. Looks like that takes us to the end of our scheduled meeting. I would entertain a motion to adjourn, please.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
There's been a first and a second. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Thank you very much.